Hello my fellow crafters, welcome back to my channel. My name is David and today I'm going to be working on the prompt for the month of August. And the prompt for August is playing cards. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get from this to, bear with me, it's coming, this. I love this. I've already made one, I need two, but I will show you how I made this. So from this to this. That's going to be cool, I think so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a page in my TN, because this is the TN that I'm using for all the prompts of the year. I can't believe it's August already. Blimey, it's flying. So yeah, this was January all the way through to July, which was black and white. And now we're going to work on the next month, which is August. So what I've done, this is a piece of paper that actually comes from Reminiscence, the book number 3, designed by Esther. I was lucky to have another piece because I used this last year as well in my prompt. I will link the video somewhere there, I think. But that is, this is just paper, and then I need to decide, am I going to use craft to combine that, or this tea-dyed paper? And I'm leaning towards the tea-dyed paper because this sort of, yeah, okay, that's what it's going to be. So the craft one, we'll put that to the side. I've cut this out using the journal file number 2, the 2017 from Elizabeth Craft Designs for my own collection. I've cut out 2, but I don't want to cover it up completely. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to, well, let me fold this, because that will give me some sort of guide to where the folds are and how much I need. So that's that. Okay. First, I also want to, I don't know what color this is, but it'll work. I want to etch this using vintage photo. Because I think that's a nice color to match. And it'll bring everything together. I'm also going to use vintage photo on the playing card. So part of this etching will be covered, of course, but yeah. I don't like the white core. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip this. I'm going to rip into that beautiful paper. Rip towards me so that I get that nice edge coming towards me as well. See what I mean? If I tear the other way, you will not see it. So, and I will do the same on this one. So that can go in my scrap bin, and this will go here. Yes, love that. Okay, so etch that. My glue stick for that, because that will give me some wiggle time, and that will make sure that it's glued down everywhere. All the corners and the edges are glued down. And then I will line that up like so. And that's on there now, and I love that. Yeah, I'm happy I made the choice to do the coffee dyed paper. I did these coffee dyed papers myself. Did not make a video of it because, well, that was a process that took forever. So no video for that, but there are plenty of videos if you want to do it yourself. There are plenty of videos on YouTube where you can find that. So there we go. Now, playing cards. If you get them brand new, they are all ugly and shiny. So what I do, I take my sanding disc and I just go around the edge and all over it until I have something that looks like this. Already looking a lot more grungy. Let me put that up so you can see, already looking a lot more grungy and different than the shiny one. And then I'm going to take a brush or a blending tool, whatever you want, and picking up that ink, and I'm just going to go over that with Vintage Photo in this case. You can use Frayed Burlap, but I wanted this color tone, so because I like that with the paper. I'm just going to go over that and cover that all in that ink, like so. Taking a cloth, just wipe off the excess. So in all the scratches we made is now Vintage Photo, and now it looks like an old playing card. Don't look at the back, that looks horrible. But yeah. Okay, next I've got a piece of collage paper. I don't know what brand this is, forgive me for that. But I will just rip off a piece here. Grunge that up because, well, I like the grunge. And then I'm going to take my glue and I'm just going to put that glue onto my card. And press this down. And I'm sort of making how do you call these? Yeah, fold it up a little bit so you get more of a not so flat look, if that makes any sense. And then I will see, okay, this part needs a bit more glue, so I will just put that there and glue it down. You see that it sort of becomes transparent as well, so that's nice. And then we're going to let this dry. So this is now nice and dry. We've got all these bits hanging over. I don't want that. Then I saw a trick on YouTube. Somebody that was actually making playing cards. And she took a sanding disc and just goes like that. And what this does, it actually gives it, you can cut it, of course, but this gives it more of a rough edge. I liked it. So you see that? It's not a clean cut, which is, look at that. Brilliant, I think. I thought that was a fantastic idea, so there we go. Done. Next, I'm taking my brush again, and I'm just gonna go over that collage paper with my Vintage Photo to make it more vintage again. So next what I'm going to do, I've got some pieces of washi tape. This is Plus Minus, a very nice brand, I must say. I'm just going to rip that like so. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to sort of make a little collage on top of this. So let me just, I want this, there we go. Now I need to get out this backing. There's a backing on this tape, which is convenient in one end because it's easier to handle. On the other hand, if you don't have nails, like me, non-existing, 3 hours later, I've got it. So I'm going to put that here in the corner. This is very nice and transparent, so you hardly see it, but it just gives it a bit, yeah, you build up on the different layers. I think that's what it is more than anything. I want this one to be here at the bottom, like so, like that. So again, not extremely visible, but you're building up layers. That's what it is. Then what I've got here is a piece of tape by 49 Market, but it is fabric tape, and I'm just going to rip that like so, and use that here at the bottom. Snip that and also rip that. Stick that down. So that's giving it another texture, and that's what I like about these things, building texture. Then what I've got here, and this is actually from my, not the last release, but the one before, this comes from Ticket to Fly Free, the butterflies and some of the foliage, and also from Timeless Rounded Corner one. And these are looking now too clean for me, but this is the Tim Holtz cardstock, which has the core from Craft. And what I'm going to do, very lightly, I'm going to sand that. And that's going to give it a really nice and grungy look, especially when I ink it. So don't push too hard, because then you will rip it. Ask me how I know. And I'm going to do the same with the flowers. Again, very delicate, so with a light touch. You're just gonna sand that down a bit. Like so. And then, with ink, I'm going to go over that. And that will give it a more grungy look. And what you will see is that the ink catches on differently onto the Craft core. So that is going to give it a very nice effect. So, back to this one now. What I'm going to do next is I've got my crocodile here, and the crocodile has these two size of holes in it, the big one and the smaller one. And I'm just going to go around using the smallest one and randomly punching holes. And then I'm going to take black. I don't know how much. So I'm just going to leave it on. And I'm going to start, I started this one there at the top, I want to start this one here at the bottom. And I'm going to weave this through, like so. So, no rocket science, nothing complicated, but it is going to be fun. So I'll do that and then I'll be back. So I've come to the end now, and what I'm doing is I'm just gonna knot this like so. And I will leave these threads hanging off. And what I'll do, I've got these Ideology tiny clips, and I want to have this one. If I can find it. And if you look at this one has the clip at the top. I want this clip to be at the bottom. Like so. And then I will build up this even more. Now, first I'm going to have the foliage on there. So let's get some glue. There we go. That's on there. Next, I'm going to take the butterfly and I'm just going to lift up the wings a bit. I know it will flatten out in my journal, but it's just that I'm not going to glue the wings down, because that will give it some movement. I just want that orientation to be like that. Then I'm going to take one of these Clockworks thingies from Tim Holtz. And this one, it's the same one as I have there, because I like that. And I'm going to glue that one down. And this will take some time to adhere, obviously, because it's metal, but it will glue down. So that one's going to go in the center of my beautiful butterfly, if it wants to stay not to my finger, but there we go. Here we have my 2 cards, and the idea is it will be on this page like so. I like that, but I do want some stamping on here because this is too plain for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my journal phrases 2 and I'm going to ink that up using a vintage photo, so not with a VersaFine, what I would normally do. It doesn't have to be a perfect image, so just putting some ink on there randomly, nothing perfect. I'm just going to stamp that right on there, like that. Mainly giving pressure in the center. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Love the texture. Yeah, I like that. The other way around, I think. Yeah. Put this one there, this one here. Now, I need a stamp with the month on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stamp set. It's journal dates and months, and I'm going to stamp out the word July 23. So I've got my August 23. I'm just going to grunge this up a bit because, well, the white doesn't really match it. So with what's left on my brush, I'm just going to give this the same color. There we go. That's going to be on there. And then I think I'm tempted to do more. I'm tempted to put some more bits and bobs on there, but on the other hand, this is enough. This is what the prompt is, playing cards. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue these on there and call it a day. Just putting a good layer of ink, glue on there. What I do want is, using my micron number 5, is just put some stitched edges around that, just by using my pen, going around like that. Yeah, I like that. And what I want to do is I'm going to splatter some white on there because I think that'll freshen it up, and I just like white splatters, so let's do that. Now I've got some new stuff somewhere. Marga Downer gave me the tip. I'm just going to water this down a bit. This is bleed proof, so this will not take on and I will just give this some splatter. There we go. So I've glued it all into my journal, and now what's left is to put on August 23 right here to cover up that edge, and my page is done. Here it is, the prompt for August playing cards. I love this. Cool, right? I think it's cool. If you like it too, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so yet, please consider to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. That would really help. So thank you for that. Thank you for watching this one, and I would love to see you for the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.